everyone, and a warm welcome back this week. This week we're going to be talking about the roles of ZeLeadership, some of the activity sets that one would do, going from being an architect right through to being a thinker. So an architect is all about our mission, visions and value. It's about giving clarity. It's this creative spirit. It's creating the framework that we can build things on. It's having this vision of what does the future look like? What's our purpose, our mission? What are we here to do? And particularly in this time of the world, it's trying to simplify it and give some sense of clarity. What does it mean? It's capturing the hearts and minds of everyone as well. And with that, it links into the other roles that we're carrying out. So this morning it's quite fresh, quite windy, and we're out for our morning run just now, and it's beautiful to see the sunshine coming through. We've had quite a lot of snow, and we've had the thaw and the melt on. As you can see, it's a beautiful morning. The blue skies, and we'll talk about that later, of the roles of the thinker, of the blue sky thinking. Where is it we're going? And the new dawn that's awakening and breaking now. That gives us an overview of the area that we're heading around. This is a local golf course for us. So the architect, and actually there's architecture ongoing of where I am. This has been converted to a country club with spa and houses. So the architecture of building something new, having a vision of this wonderful future.
And part of the role of the architect is that of clearing the land, of clearing the trees, as we can observe. Clearing the land, the trees, in preparation for the build, for the new framework, the new building to take shape.
Next role we have is that of a planner, of short-term and long-term planning, of setting milestones. And here is a very appropriate milestone for us. So this has been part of an old trail, an old coach trail. It's beautiful to find that these markers are still around. So a role is that of setting a point, as we can see here. And so with our planning, our short, medium and long term planning, it's looking at the near distance, middle distance, far distance, and swinging round and looking at the rear distance. It's planning that. What's our short term, long term planning goals? What is it we need to do to take us to the next level? So we've got our architecture, we've got a building, we've got a framework, be it within our own organisation, within our community, and we've got a regeneration plan as we're coming out of this pandemic that we've got. It's like the flow, the Z landscape of life, the flow of water and life. It's eternal, always continuing and flowing, and it follows the natural course. That follows its way through. And sometimes it can get choked up a little and restricted in movement. And our role is understanding what is it we need to do. What, as a leader, as we're doing things, execution, activating, what is it that needs to be done? So we started off, we looked at being an architect, being a planner, and then we move on. Our next role
is that of being an executor. It's making things happen. It's about doing things. It's about putting things forward, action, looking at it, keeping things, as we mentioned there, about moving. And I look around and say, okay, clap, clap. The next phase is execution. So we've got a framework that we're looking at here, and we've got our planning, our milestones, and then it's all about execution. It's about doing stuff. Many people talk about planning, talk the talk, but it's actually going forward. It's walking the talk. It's execution. It's doing stuff. It's making it happen. Our next role is that of a conductor. It's getting all the human resources. It's getting people and getting them together. It's being that motivator of conducting. It's getting that symphony of people of come together. It's a great teamwork. A number of years ago I done a piece of work and we talked about teamwork, high performance teamwork, and we found that there was three elements to this: delivery, effectiveness and cohesiveness. And the role of the conductor is to deal with the cohesiveness. It's the glue of bringing everyone together, and it's helping people stride forward and maybe even start running as I say, with a morning run. Beautiful to get the fresh air out, and that's what part of our role is getting the air into the systems and to the people. It's harmony. The next role that we get involved is being a teacher, a mentor and a coach. And at times, if we're being confronted with winds, what side do we go on? Do we go on this side and stand there and be protective, or do we go around? Do we go to the lee side and help the teams, the individuals, and have a framework of protection that allows, we've got greater resilience coming through as it blows in the wind, and we can take, no matter what happens, we come to it. And part of the role of being a conductor is combining and getting the human effort, and the teacher has been able to enable the teams when we come across bunkers. We know what the right tools are to get us out of the bunker and back onto the fairway, where we can take it to the next level. Next in our role is that of being a steward. It's about serving or service to others before oneself. It's this enabler of allowing people to be their very best, the very best version of themselves. And on the byways and highways as we're walking through, it's quite squelchy today. It's having the right tools, the right equipment, the right systems. It's being there as the conductor as well, to be able to support when one's been confronted with the challenges, and also in the good times. It's the flywheel principle, keeping the energy rolling and going. Then again, our next role is that of being an innovator. It's enabling people to unlock the great potential which is within themselves. Everyone has that innate capabilities deep within, and it's just capturing that light bulb moment that so many people have. It's creating that environment for people to allow that to blossom forth.
What a beautiful day. This is the type of day that leads to innovation, creativity, out in nature, capturing the innate energy that surges through each and every one of us. Wow. That brings us to the two final roles of great leadership, or ZeLeadership, as I would call it. And that links us forward to being the facilitator, and the final, the ninth role, is that of being the thinker. So the facilitator is all about bringing everything together. It's the glue, it's the cohesiveness, it's this knowledge and understanding of people and systems, and the integration of everything. It's having a working knowledge of the environment that we're in. At the moment, I'm on the lee side of a noble tree, and let me share this with you. Having the wisdom, and the wisdom of the facilitator is understanding the roots, the foundations, the trunk of the organisation, and then leading on to the limbs, the outer perimeters of the organisation, that stands back and looks at the whole. And how does that fit into the community? How does that fit into the social, the economic, the physical environment that we find ourselves in? So we see the perimeter, the little branches having the resilience and blowing in the wind freely, and at the same time connected to the trunk and the roots of the organisation. That's the role of the facilitator, to bring everything together in harmony. And as we started off talking about the architect and planning, we found another milestone. I find it quite interesting that the trail, the coach trails that we have here, that allows us to check, are we back on track? Are we hitting our milestones? Which brings us to the final role, the role of the thinker, the shadow within the wisdom of the trunk of the tree. And thinking is all about analysing, standing back, having that critical thinking. Do we allow ourselves to think? And I always found in emergency management, it's stop, count to 10, allow the brain to clear, get that adrenaline, get it under control, be the thinker, being able to make a difference as we move forward. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we all have that capabilities of being a leader without title, each and every one of us. So I would encourage you to dream, dare and dazzle your world to the very best of your ability. Until next week, all the best. Bye now.